Hi, I'm Symphoneers, and today we're taking a look at Melek Reforged Researcher in Historic Brawl. Pretty simple commander in terms of like build incentives. Just get a bunch of instants and sorceries in the graveyard, and they also have a discount on the first instant or sorcery we cast each turn. To support Melek, we have a lot of cantrips, just cheap spells that draw a card or whatever, because then they go to the graveyard and Melek gets swole. Also to support it, we have a bunch of things that discard cards, a lot of the 4 mana, like discard a card, draw some cards, make some treasure tokens type of cards, the windfalls or whatever. We also have like Royal Scions and some things that put stuff in the graveyard like strategic planning. So all of that helps get Melek real big. We also have a bunch of flashback cards in the deck, things like Seize the Storm that make a dynamic power and toughness creature similar to Melek that, that works well, and because they have flashback, you can discard them to the discard cards and still cast them from the graveyard, which is usually more expensive, but hey, the discounting comes in handy there. We do have Treasure Cruise and Dig Through Time in the deck. They're a little bit of a non-bow given that delving requires removing cards from the library, but we do actually have a fair number of like fetch lands and things, and we can pitch other cards into the graveyard with the discard stuff, so we're not necessarily delving away instants and sorceries, and I figured also that they're just strong enough that that trade-off is going to be more or less worthwhile a lot of the time. We have some generically powerful things like Time Warp and one or two other bitlets, lots of cards in the deck that just spit out creatures or whatever when we cast spells because it is sort of a prowess list. Things like Archmage Emeritus and stuff that draws cards when we cast spells and things, case of the Ransacked Lab, again to just draw cards when we cast stuff. One of fun of Rhystic Study, it would be strange if I had several in here. Judge? No, Rhystic Study just because very generically powerful card. Sorcerer class, handy just because of all the token generators we have. Letting those tap for mana can be a way to do a weird storm turn, especially if we are hasting things in with first day of class. Pretty incidental thing, but you know, it's a fun interaction to have in there. Phlogy Archaeologist, dump things in the graveyard, and you just, yeah, get instants and sorceries in hand. That's basically the deck. I'm kind of running out of descriptive steam, bunch of like 2 mana accelerators, and yeah, that's more or less it. If you like the deck tech and like the video, like, subscribe, etc. Always helps the channel a lot, and let's get on to some actual gameplay. I really like Third Path Iconoclast if we think they're on rat colonies, but our mana is so slow and bad. I don't know. Let's give it a shot, see what happens. The thing for me with this hand is if we draw like a single untapped land, it gets way better, way more exciting. Or even just, I don't know, more mana so that we can really churn out some tokens. It's also a hand that can, like, filter a bit, ramp with Mind Stone. Slight, okay. 1 into hand, other... Wait, no. Slight is bottom of library, not graveyard. Whoops. It's still fine. Yeah, we're running a handful of like 2 graveyard bits of draw. Okay, we're hitting lands, which is something, even if they're tap lands. Pretty relevant. Get the third path down, then we can Mind Stone. Mind Stone Sorcerer, Mind Stone Strategic Planning. I do kind of enjoy playing against rat colony decks at this point. Just because they're relatively enduring. Like, they're not... I don't think they're going away anytime soon. They've been here for years. And they feel like a good kind of minimum bar for a deck to jump over. Like, can you handle a rat colony deck? No? You should maybe rethink some stuff. get the Thundering Falls into hand, just so we have more lands, or like hit our land drops. Surveil lands, I mean it's a land, but I think we can just toss it. But yeah, good kind of minimum bar to, or like good known quantity to play against. Okay. I mean, at least it's a rat. Hit me. Nykthos. Stormkill makes opt free, which might give us some other stuff to do. We have enough land that we don't especially need to draw for it. Electric Revelation is a great thing to discard. I think that makes Sorcerer class compelling enough that I'll burn a treasure on it here. Discard Electric Revelation and... Let's Signet or Enigma Drake? Maybe Signet. Enigma Drake is just a decent threat that is like on game plan. Oh, you're 8/8 right now, right. I need to be more aware of that. Cause yeah, Melek, I haven't played a lot of games with Melek yet, obviously. And I just forget how the dynamic power and toughness works out. The fact that it's double the stuff in your graveyard is something. Oh, wow. So much for our Sorcerer class. That would have been a fun win con to have, or like, the level 2 and 3 on it are really neat with token generators. We can try to big score into something. I kind of want to get Melek down, just because it's an 8/8. Oh yeah, you work immediately, huh? So we get to do that. We get to... Do we want to play out this land? Just if... we can Pirate's Pillage it. Don't really want to burn the treasures on the Enigma Drake. Our attacks are weirdly bad. So just vibe for a moment. We do have ways to give the Stormkill Artist trample or other forms of evasion, which make attacking with it, even if it trades for a rat colony or whatever, more exciting to me. So that's kind of what we're waiting for on that front. Our attacks with Melek are reasonably good, although we do kind of want to kill some rat colonies. We would prefer to kill some rat colonies before doing stuff. Oh. Each turn. So we can Electric Revelation here for 1 mana. Oh, I did not build around that adequately. It's fine. Electric Revelation helps us get some more cards to work with. Electrolyze. Oh. Very good for us. Pretty bad for the opponent, or like, speaking of killing rats. Ooh, Case. Oh, that's fun. Okay. So, Electrolyze, Bing Bong. Kill some rats. Then we can play out an untapped blue source, which is good. Get our Case down. Do an Ancestral Anger on Melek? Sure. Maybe we still keep the Stormkill back, or like, don't trade it away if we don't have to. And we do this mostly to solve a case. I guess I'll feed 4 into it just so we can take out Caramonyx and another rat colony. Extremely good turn for us. It's worth saying. That gets Melek even bigger. Uh, 1723. If we attack with the Stormkill, it just gets chump blocked, so that's not really anything. Yeah, very good turn for us, especially with the case solve. And our opponent agrees. They can play out a little bit, but they have to throw stuff under. They don't have to, but Melek is hitting them for a lot. We have a board off of the Iconoclast, and yeah, that game worked well. Good games to the opponent. Rude. Do I have a way to kill a Mind Flayer? They gain control of the Melek because they have no instants or sorceries in their graveyard. Yeah, it zeroes Melek out, and that's why it dies and goes to our graveyard, and then we get the prompt for stuff happening. This is kind of a funny game, if only because of that interaction, or like that's kind of a neat rules interaction to show off good game to the opponent. This hand is okay. Keep 7. 2 or fewer other lands, that's fine. Cold Steel Heart gets us up to at least the Saheeli. Crackling Drake's red, red, blue, blue, which might be a little bit awkward. Resolute reinforcements for the opponent. We might just die to Harbin, as a side note. Because, yeah, if they are doing the Harbin thing immediately, we don't have a ton of interaction in this list. I guess we have the Electrolyze, which I should really consider. We can do this. We can't defend the Saheeli right away, which is awkward. We can seize the spoils, which I think is maybe worth it here. We take a little bit of extra damage this turn by not dealing with the resolute reinforcements, but I think the additional like filtering or setup is maybe worth it. I might go uplands, or just pretty consistently in these past couple games I've been like, I want more lands to cast more spells. Ensure that we hit our land drops and stuff. Ludo is fine, but I don't feel like listening to Ludo right now. Back to our opponent's turn. Johnny's welcome, sure. They do a bing bang bong. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, that's awkward. Gambite kudasai. Please hold. Tap like this, if he would deck. Okay. Land! Good. I had wanted a land for an Electrolyze. We could save this for their turn or whatever. I think giving them an additional chance to draw a counter magic is incorrect. So that stuff is good. Now we can Saheeli or Third Path. Yeah, if we can Third Path Crackling Drake. I guess we could just Crackling Drake. Or sorry, we don't have the colored mana necessary for that. We're short a red pip for Crackling Drake. So that's a little bit awkward. Our set is something. We can do Third Path and then Birthday Escape and then, or we could Melek. Melek's an 8/8 here. I don't know, sure. 8/8 blockers feels like, I don't know, why not? And if Melek actually sticks around, we get to do cheap memory deluges and stuff, like, try it out. Melek go burr. Discard a... Is it a deluge here? Might be a deluge. I know I just said the thing about cheap deluges, but... yeah, it gets Melek up to 10/10, which is nice. Recruitment officers digging for stuff. Skystrike officer. This is a standard deck. Almost. Almost. Yeah, Narset's okay. I have not seen this art before, or not in some times, huh? My deck builder just defaulted to this for some reason. Alright. I don't especially like it. I think I prefer the default Scions. So... Third Path Iconoclast. I guess we can do this, and... Oh no, sorry, we can't, Saheeli. The colorless mana here is messing me up a surprising amount. Filter for something with the birthday escape, make a little nerd. I think we can start attacking with Melek. It's a little bit scary to not have the 10/10, or like soon to be 12/12 or more on defense. But, you know, it's fine. Melek bears a ring. Let's grab a red source. Yeah, we're short a red source for the Drake. So just grab a mountain. Me trying to talk through their roping as best as I can. Hi, Brownie Man. Good to see you, good to have you. We don't want to discard our hand yet. We could just play out the Hearth Elemental, like that's fine. I guess I'm probably supposed to represent a combat trick or something, but I don't know that I'm especially concerned about anything. Lovely leathery throats and chins. Anyway. Melek smashes in, they chump block with a recruitment officer. Okay. Yeah, if they don't have any, like, tricks or whatever there, that's encouraging for us in terms of being able to, like, meaningfully clock them or pressure their resources and so on with Melek. I guess the Skystrike officers may be awkward, although they can chump with Boromir or something for a turn. Crackling Drake is also going to be relevant with as like a 6/4. Flooded Strand. Let's try out the Drake and see what we draw into. I guess theoretically I'm supposed to, or no, they just have one blue. I was gonna say respect counter magic or whatever, but they wouldn't have anything relevant here. Crack the Flooded Strand, grab whatever, and our opponent, dies. I wish they, whatever. Yeah. So they just see our large threats incoming, they have little nerds that can't really compete with big Melek and etc. and we do a murder. Wish they'd played it faster or played it out a bit more, but anyway, good games to the opponent. Sure. 3 lands and we can filter for things, seems okay. Maybe do the fetch land on 1 and... I don't know. Figure it out. I might just fetch a tap land here, actually, just because, I don't know. Mana's been a little bit fiddly in prior games, and having good mana seems nice. Like, get 2, tapped duels down and not have to worry about stuff. Speaking of our mana being good, I might cut the Cryptic Caves. I put it in a lot of decks just because I like it, but in this deck it's felt a little bit clunky or, like, prohibitive. Discard a Harmonic Prodigy, and maybe the Shipwreck Dowser? I just feel like working towards Shark Typhoon is kind of interesting. It's a little bit weird since both of those are quite good creatures in their own right, but yeah. Bartolome del Presidio. Let's do this. Enters tapped into the Guardian Idol. We can do Melek next turn, although he's only a 2/2, which is maybe not great. Craig! We've got the Craig. We've got the Craig. Who's got the Craig? We've got the Craig. We have Craig, how can we lose? Sorry, just thinking. Yeah, I'd like to... Nope, think harder. Ancestral Anger, Bartolome. And then, if we don't like whatever we draw, Electric Revelation it away. Ryle is... yeah. Chuck the Ryle, or like, do this stuff. Melek will be big when we get around to casting Melek, which is nice, and we can now, like, Shark Typhoon in a meaningful way. I don't know if we want to get them down in any particular order. Their board is not super menacing so far, so we're not under a lot of pressure. We can maybe just, like, land both of them. Alenda does Alenda things, or Alenda's not a super fast clock either, so that's fine. I think maybe yeah, Shark Typhoon. Just because then when we cast Melek, that will give us a cheap Electric Revelation, and I think that mana works out. I maybe should have actually counted it. Yeah, I believe... yes, that should work out. I kind of hate Sanguine Bond. It just... the A plus B combo with Veto is so boring to me. Anyway, Melek. Leave the Craig as is. And yeah, we can do this. Theoretically, we can do other things. Here, sorcery speed. I kind of want to see what we can do this turn. Melek shrinks a little bit. Haughty Djinn and stuff, okay. I was, yeah, just hoping we would maybe draw into a cantrip or something, and a fair number of our 1-mana cantrips are like sorcery speed. Sanguine Bond happens. Melek to the command zone. Land the Djinn Pillage. Me just being bored by Sanguine Bond. Oh, we just lose. Okay. Yeah, it's like Sanguine Bond giving them a bunch of free reach with lifelink, or like they hit us for 7 basically regardless of what we do unless we remove several things. And we don't have a ton of removal in this deck, so we die. This hand is maybe okay. It has a time warp anyway, and I have still forgotten to fix the Royal Scions art. Let's get a tap land out of the way. I mean, it's ramp, and we can crash through off of the Arcane Signet. I was like, just draw to lands, but... Opponent, would you like to Elenda the Duskraw's opponent? If you want to Elenda my Duskrows, you'll have to buy me dinner first. Phyrexian Reclamation for the opponent. We will do this, we will Arcane Signet and crash through. Technically land, the best kind of land. Maybe do the Royal Scions. Let's get a tap land out of the way. And Royal Scions, because they can generate ongoing value. Pog champion. Sorry, Ovika, you're not what we're doing right now. Yeah, we can time warp. We're in an okay position to time warp with the planeswalkers down. We don't really want to do stuff with Melek right now, I guess. Let's uptick again.
I will learn what nobody...
Toss the Electric Revelation because it is flashback. Play out the Fiery Islet. Play out the Djinn. Do the Witch's Mark because it's a sorcery. Discard the Shatter Skull Smashing. Draw some cards. Sleight of Hand is nice. Do this. Ooh-wee! Okay. Increasing Vengeance with Time Warp. Now that's a spicy meatball. I don't know if we want to get Melek down before that, just because hitting them with a 10-10 while we're Time Warping seems neat. We do just have a 6-5 Djinn, and they can chump block it with Bitter Blossom stuff, but... draw a card, discard a card. The Scions can almost ult, which I should probably be respecting. Two or more other lands. Toss the Steam Vents or the Guardian Idol. I don't think it super duper matters. Okay. So we can do this, and then we will hold priority. Yeah. Sorry, we'll have 2 turns off. This sure is an interaction I just put in the deck, huh? Takes an extra turn after this one. We'll have 2 turns, we can develop with Melek, we can ult the Scions, etc, etc. I don't know if we ult the Scions right away, or like we have 2 turns so we can uptick them and then ult them. And that seems neat. They burn some mana to give a token lifelink, which, like, sure. Draw a card, discard a card.
I enjoy the proper application of knowledge.
Toss Mind Stone? I don't know. Listen, I'm trying. I'm making it up as I go along. This gives us a cheap pirate's pillage. I don't know why I can't talk today. Which is nice. We can do that. We can temple to fix for our next turn. Sure. Jaya is some of our limited interaction within the deck, and, like, Jaya lets us kill Ellis Ilkor, which is neat. Saving the Ancestral Anger for this turn.
We like to finish.
Oh, also we have the Royal Summons, too. Dome them? The Ancestral Anger, or Melek does represent lethal just with the Ancestral Anger. Also, we can do this garbage. Time Warp to hand. Now that is a Melek game of just like, do big spells garbage and hit them for 27 or whatever. Pretty cool and good games to the opponent. Thank you for watching the video, and an extra big thank you to the Patreon patrons and YouTube members that help make these videos possible. Hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.